Hey friends, it's Monica Schrader from the SchraderPage.com and the Schrader Page blog. I'm here to share my newest unit with you, Holidays Around the World Wreath. And this is a great unit to use in the month of December when you are studying all of the different holidays that are out there and the different traditions. It starts out really basic with some vocabulary words for the season. Oops, there's a holiday unscramble. We just missed that. There's a holiday ABC order. And then you'll also receive the 2 chants that I teach my students in the month of December, All My Teacher Wants for Christmas and Watching You Now. I also then go into the directions to make the wreath, and I just use green poster board, a large bowl and a small bowl, and I trace them, and then we get our wreath template. You'll also go down and start with you'll start with Mexico, and you will go through some of the ways that they celebrate Las Posadas in Mexico, which is their Christmas holiday, and it gives you some brief background information on it. These are the images that we use on the wreath. The children in Mexico use a piñata to celebrate, so we put a little piñata on our wreath. And I also do a little bit of tissue paper because that's what piñatas are made of. And then they make their piñata souvenir where they use a brown paper bag and they decorate it. And they put some little candies and dried fruit inside, and they write the blessings for their family. We also go through and celebrate Poinsettia Day, which is another day that is celebrated in Mexico. And we make felt poinsettia pins where we're just tracing some parts of the poinsettia on felt, red felt, and then yellow felt. And then we go ahead and glue those together with craft glue, and then I add a pin to the back so that they can wear it for the holiday season, or they can add it to their book bag. So these are the images for the wreath, and then I also let them go and color in some poinsettias on their wreath with just crayon. Here are the directions for the pin and the templates that you'll need to create. Christmas in England, that's where the Christmas cards originated from. And what I do is I save all my past Christmas cards and I bring them in, and the students actually cut out their favorite part of one of the cards. They add it to the wreath for Christmas in England, and then they fill out an address card, and those address cards go in a pot. And each of the students pull out an address and they make a card for someone in the classroom, and I send those out. Usually I try to send them out the day we end on winter break. Christmas in France is there, where you're putting your shoes outside for Père Noël, and you'll get pieces for the wreath for France and Australia. And I have my students bring in a beach towel, and we have pudding and read books for Christmas in Australia. Holland, I actually have a family member. My aunt lives in Holland, so we Skype her, and she teaches us all about Sinterklaas, and then we make some yummy spice cookies called peppernoten cookies, and I have a recipe for you. Germany is where the Christmas tree originated. This is a really fun link. It's an interactive Christmas tree for you to use with your class. It's great for the smart board or to use during like your computer lab time. And then we add some tinsel to our wreath for Christmas in Germany. St. Lucia Day, we go ahead and add a bit of evergreen, and I actually, when I get my Christmas tree every year, I kind of stash a little bit of that away. Mary, in the story for St. Lucia Day, they bring food to prepare people, or people that are praying in the tunnels, and she wears a candle in a wreath of evergreen on her head, so that's where the evergreen comes in. And we also eat Lucia buns, which are just cinnamon rolls that we enjoy together. We celebrate Hanukkah, and the Scholastic.com has a great site for Hanukkah, so we go and do that in the computer lab usually. And then we make a Hanukkah menorah, and we do that with 2 handprints, and then we add little candles on the top. And then we usually add a birthday candle to our wreath. And then there's images for Hanukkah. This is my 5 days before winter break when your kids are getting really antsy. Every morning I give them a gift And they're just tiny little presents. I do a sharp pencil, a little eraser, a ginger cookie, a bag of snowman soup, and a puzzle to keep them out from under the tree. Basically, I raid the dollar store. The gingerbread cookies are the little Debbie ones that I use. If you click this tree, you can hear me singing the 5 days before Christmas break. Have mercy on me. I'm singing it for you just so you can get the tune, not because I'm a good singer. And then this is the little sheet that my students fill out, and each day we add the gift that they receive. So it's kind of a nice countdown to winter break. And then there's my snowman soup labels that I add, and I just make the snowman soup in like a decorative lunch bag, and then I add the label. This is the Light Me Up. We read Welcome Comfort by Patricia Polacco, and then we talk about how he is kind of lit up at the end of the story because of all of the love and things that he finds on his journey. And we fill out Christmas lights, what lights me up, and then we string them in the hallway. And let me go back a bit so you can see them. And we just take black poster board paper and twist it to make the cord, and we string them all up and down the second grade hallway. It's so much fun. Add a little glitter to them if you want. And then the students send this letter out, and they give it to a past teacher, and the past teacher comes and brings the bulb to them filled out about what lights them up, and we add it to our display. It's just so much fun. This is my wreath of many seasons. So for this season, it's just a grapevine wreath, and then I always add little Christmas lights to it for the decorations, but you can do tons of things for every season. We make these thumbprint lights, the cards here where they're just, I'm drawing the black squiggle and they're doing their thumbprints, and that's what we add to their parent gift. Just a little how to decorate a Christmas tree. My students also make their very own reindeer. I use this little pattern down here. I cut it in half, and then they fill out this portion, and I add the head here and the back there, and we've got these cute little reindeer for the hallway. So kind of fun. They get to name their own reindeer. The missing mitten mystery, little alliteration there. This is a really great story. I've made snow bricks with my students for years, and I've always wanted a story to tie it in, and this works perfectly. Here's the cover of the book, and in the end, one of the little boys loses his mitten, and it ends up being the heart of the snowman. So this is the pre-reading that my students do. You'll get the vocabulary for them to listen for during the story. There's an ABC order. Then you'll have directions to make the snow bricks. Just a few more different before reading, during reading, and after reading activities. They will do some persuasive writing for mittens, and then gloves. So mittens versus gloves, which one's better when you're building a snowman? These are the labels that I use. I put them at the bottom of chart paper, and then my students just graph by adding a small Post-it. They use a sheet of paper, and this one I thought was kind of cute because they could add each person's name as we go through and collect our data. You'll have some Christmas problem solving. Students make a pie chart here at the end. So it's a really, really fun way to do Christmas around the world, a little different than the passports. So I hope that you'll consider it and give it a shot. And in the end, the wreaths are beautiful, and then the kiddos get to take them home. And they're actual souvenirs from their Christmas around the world, and they can teach their parents all about it. Again, it's Monica Schrader from theschraderpage.com and the Schrader Page blog. Thanks so much for watching.